Let's rank this guy's team. This was the 8th pick in a 12-man league, right? So this is PPR, 8th overall pick, Justin Jefferson. I love it. One of those elite players is going to fall to you always, whether it's Bijan, Brees, JJ, or whether it's Amon-Ra St. Brown. Usually Chase doesn't fall to that 8th overall pick, but one of those elite guys falls, and there's a tear drop off between them and Jonathan Taylor and A.J. Brown. As much as I love A.J. Brown and Jonathan Taylor, there's a substantial tear drop off. So it's great to have that 8th overall pick versus the 9th overall pick. Now with the 2nd overall pick, he takes Puka Nacua. I don't mind that. Puka is what, the 16th, 17th overall pick here. That's value. I still think Kupp's the one, until he gets hurt, if he gets hurt. But if he does, Puka's obviously a top 3 wide receiver. Round 3, Lamar Jackson. Don't love taking a quarterback that high. But remember, mobile quarterbacks win fantasy football leagues. So whether it's Hurts, Jackson, Anthony Richardson, even though he had that horrible pick 6 on preseason yesterday. I don't hate it. I mean, I don't love it, but I don't hate it as long as you got value the rest of the way, right? So in round 4, I'm assuming that's Kamara. I love Kamara. A lot of people hate him because he's getting older, but let's be real. Derek Carr's a check down machine. Kamara is one of the best pass catchers at the running back position in the NFL, and this is a PPR league. So Kamara is extremely valuable in round 4, at the end of round 4, and that was a solid pick. Then he went with Kenneth Walker, another guy that I really love in the middle rounds because Ryan Grubb, their new OC, has said they're going to utilize him in the passing game. And if he's catching passes now, he was already the RB18, RB19 throughout his first 2 years. He's going to finish even higher, once he catches those passes. Kincaid fell to 7, round 7, but it might have been switched, or round 6 rather, right? Because Kamara, Walker, Kirk, Kincaid. Maybe it's Kirk in round 7. I'll just assume Kincaid's round 6 here. I didn't really get clarification on that. But either way, I love Dalton Kincaid, de facto wide receiver 1 on that Bills team. I think he's going to take it to another level this season, finish as a top 3 tight end. I really love him this year. And Christian Kirk, y'all know my thoughts on him. I've made 1,000 videos about how I think he's going to dominate this year. Absolutely dominate. He was a wide receiver 12 a few seasons ago when he was the WR1 on the Jaguars. And what is he again? The WR1. I love Brian Thomas Jr., but he's not Christian Kirk. One of the best slot receivers in the league. Extremely underrated. So I love that. And we'll go to defense and kicker before we get into, obviously the depth. Dolphins defense, not horrible, not great, but you can stream defenses. I'm not worried about that. Same thing with kickers. Moody is very talented. Missed a lot of kicks early on last season, but had a great second half. Now let's look at the depth here, right? So we got Tyjae Spears. Y'all know my thoughts on him. I think he's going to be amazing this year. Same thing with Brian Thomas. Brock Bowers is a solid backup tight end. I think he'll be great even with an offense that's going to run the football a lot. You guys also know my thoughts on Ontavian Wicks, possibly the best pick of the entire draft. You can get him in round 13, which it looks like he does here. Kendra Miller might get cut, so I don't love that pick. Jaleel McLaughlin, don't love, even though a lot of people like him. I still think it's Javante's job, and he's going to be, 70, 75% of snaps. McLaughlin probably gets the others, but he is a good pass catcher, so I get the depth there. Addison, don't love this season as a WR2 with a quarterback like Sam Darnold. But again, I don't hate it as well, and Stafford is a solid backup. So I'm going to give this team a B+. I don't love drafting a quarterback early, but I do like Wicks and Spears for some depth pieces, Thomas and Bowers as well, and I like the skill position, so I'll give B+, A-. What would you rate this team? Let me know in the comments, and make sure you follow me and DM me if you want me to rate your team. I'll be doing that until, even after fantasy football drafts in the first, second week of the season. Make sure you also check out Autograph, link in my bio,